WideSide Sports. Welcome into the program. You can smell football in the air. Wake up, open that door, and get a waft of balls right in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was really pumped to watch football yesterday. Even though I don't really believe in the week 0.
I hate that shit.
It makes no sense.
Like, I don't mind the games and everything, but like, stop calling it that.
Just it's week 1.
Week 0. No, it's not.
It's week 1. It's week 1. They played. It's week 1. I absolutely loved just Florida State fucking losing.
Yeah.
I love it. After the whole, we are getting into the playoffs. You didn't beat Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
You didn't beat Georgia Tech.
Well, to the point of like a lot of people were, hey, Georgia Tech's probably going to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand the whole Florida State. I understand they went undefeated and they lost their quarterback. They lost like everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
They nowhere
went. Yeah.
And it's like, well, but they got DJ. But, well, he's been terrible for every school that he's played for. Like, he had to leave Clemson and then go to Oregon State where he wasn't great.
Yeah.
His completion percentage was like 58.
Yeah.
You're in college. Like, you should be pushing 80.
Yeah. You should be at least, if you're lower level, you're high 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially as much as you throw the ball.
Yeah. But it was just like, I don't understand what the hype was. And then here, the one that I hate the most, obviously rankings come out and, it's some fodder, gives you things to talk about, who should be ranked, who shouldn't be ranked. And then you always get they don't really matter this early in the year. And then that happens and they go, Georgia Tech pulls the upset. Yeah. How's it an upset?
Okay. If it
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Florida State was never the 10th best team, and you said it didn't matter.
Yeah.
It can't be an upset.
Yeah, exactly.
Georgia Tech was better than Florida State.
Yeah. The whole game. The entire game.
And the 2-point conversion, that was a false start.
Yeah.
The guy's fucking leg moved 2 goddamn yards before he fucking threw the ball over there.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No, you can't. The one thing, and I always find little meaningless plays, but every play is meaningful, especially in a close game. So Florida State's got the ball. It's 3rd and 9, and they end up converting for a first down, and then end up pushing it to be 1st and goal. Then they go on to tie it up at 21, but it's 3rd and 9, and you already know you're going for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
Typically, you try to run a play to cut it in half, right? I mean, you already know you're going for it. It's 4. You're down a touchdown. There's 6 minutes left, or 8 minutes left to go in the game. You're going for it. They run an inside zone on 3rd and 9, and you get a yard. And I'm like, there's not a better run play that you have in that situation. I run the ball 100%. Keep eating that clock. You're going for it. That's fine.
Right.
But again, okay, you didn't eat. Then you turn around and now it's 4th and 8. Okay. Nothing on Florida State on this one. But then you're Georgia at 4th and 8 up a score. They blitzed 2 guys. They blitzed a safety and a linebacker.
Yeah.
You just left one-on-one coverage on the outside on 4th and 8, and he's playing the sticks. The guy runs a freaking slant, catches it, and then puts it on like the 5-yard line. It's like, what do you do? Dude, it's 4th and 8. I'm rushing. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to play cover. Yeah, well, let's see if we can get him. Your front 4 has been doing that job all game. You've rarely blitzed. And when you did blitz, you brought them from deep, and they didn't get there.
Yeah.
So it's like, did it. Yeah.
Hey, they're not throwing a bomb here. Like, you don't have 5 seconds.
No. I was like, man, that is some odd. It was just odd stuff. I get it. Everybody has their different philosophies, but it's just weird. 4th and 8. They have to get 8, or it's your ball. Yeah. Like, they're throwing it past the 8. They're not running anything under.
Yeah.
It's not, 3rd down, okay. Or they're not doing that. So play some coverage. But, It's weird. It's just weird shit. That's it. It's like, that doesn't make any bit of sense. Then they get it. Guy catches it, runs it all the way down to the 5. They score 2 plays later.
Yeah.
And it's 21-21. It's like, okay. Well, what the hell? What's wrong with you? What are you doing?
And then at the end, buddy, when that came off that guy's foot, that's doinking that fucking upright.
I
There
thought
was
the
no
same thing.
fuck.
Yeah.
And now you're losing. Like, you ding that, you're losing.
Yep.
But then, like, right before that, of like, you're in field goal range. You're just trying to get a little more and run the clock down. And then you, like, all hell breaks loose on that second down.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? You just lost 8 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's why, to me, that's where you hear, I get what you're saying about the rankings, but to me, that's why you get the Georgia Tech with the upset.
Yeah.
Because they shouldn't, even though they're in the same conference, they're, you know what I mean? They shouldn't have been in that game. Like, you're
Right.
Florida State, they're Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
To me, that's why it's an upset. They did a lot of Georgia Tech things
Oh, yeah.
to not be in that game, but you're still not good enough to overcome those things that they did. Like that right there.
Yeah.
They lose 8 yards. They're in field goal range already. That's you know what I mean? That's that's a lower level school thing to do in that moment.
Because all that Georgia Tech has is offense.
Yeah.
And, you know, they had a great offense last year. It's like, then they couldn't stop anybody.
Yeah.
And, like, for the first half, Florida State just, why are you even trying to throw? Just keep fucking running, man. You're fucking like 8 yards a clip. Just go.
Just go, man.
It's like, it was the fucking third series before they had a fucking third down. I mean, it was like.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. If Florida State doesn't make the playoffs again, do you think that guy's fired? Or do you think they give him another year?
I think he's on the right track.
I don't think he does a bad job.
They're just caught without a quarterback.
Yeah.
And you got to think of, like, Florida State's garbage.
Yeah, exactly. And I just don't like him.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I don't like him. I don't like Florida State. I think it honestly started with the 30 for 30s about the U, about how, like, Florida State didn't, like, want to play him.
Yeah.
Because they were, you know, mean and nasty. It's like, all right, well, you guys are just a bunch of fucking pussies. Like,
it got me of the back in the day, because I see a receiver catch a ball, takes off, and he's wearing number 9.
Yeah,
like, that's Peter Wark.
Yeah,
what are we like? The fact of like, why is that number available?
Yeah,
but then thinking about Bobby Bowden, when it had been his last year in school, Peter Wark got like. It was like he paid for the clothes. It was like $1,200 worth of clothes. They sold to him for like $50. Okay. I mean, it was fucking like they gave him the clothes, but he paid for them, so you can't.
He can't. Yeah.
Well, that kind of busts out, and like people are talking about it, and Bobby Bowden's doing. He goes, "Well, you want to suspend this guy because he got a discount? I want to know where he shops." Yeah.
I liked listening to him talk.
Oh yeah,
he came in and we listened to him speak one time, and that the older white guy stories that they tell, like just like he's just a really good storyteller, you know, and yeah.
Well, that was my brother always liked. I think on Bob and Tom they had somebody that did a Bowden impersonation, and Sean always liked it because the guy would always, and you don't think about it until a guy like that does it. But like every one of his press conferences, Bobby Bowden's like, they're good kids. Yeah, they're just really good kids. Yeah. And that is as old white as you get.
Oh,
they're good kids.
Yeah, like Varsity Blues. Oh no, Coach, they's just kids.
Wangers on the glass.
Oh no, they's just kids.
They just have fun.
We never stole no cars.
You having trouble with my boys? Nah, Coach.
But yeah, man, football started. We have football from now until January, and then in a couple weeks we have NFL till February. Like, this is prime time season, baby.
One. I want to go back to the game here real quick of what I hate about this game.
Okay.
Hey, the Ireland thing, that's great, Dublin.
Yeah.
Awesome. ESPN needs to tell their people, just stop. We don't have to talk about Guinness every 2 fucking seconds.
Oh, yeah.
They make that kick. They found a pot of gold at the end of the race. It's like, that's not who they are.
That's not who they are.
Like, that's just a thing.
Yeah.
It's probably more made up in America than it is for them.
They're like, why are we?
Of like, oh, you got the luck of the Irish. Of like, what are we
lucky?
What are we talking about? I mean, everything. You can just call the fucking game. You don't have to.
You don't have to make little.
Well, and then after the game, they talk to the guy. He's like, to the coach, and she's like, you going to get some Guinness after this, coach? He's like, we got a game next week. We need to, like, oh, you just asked the coach on national TV if he's going to get fucking smashed because they won a football game.
With nasty beer.
Yeah, with Guinness. You're going to have a couple pints of motor oil?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's getting drunk on Guinness.
What the fuck?
It's just like drinking syrup.
It's like, what did you say? Hey, coach, you gonna do some heroin now? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch?
Coach, how much blow are you going to do because of this win tonight? Yeah.
I love cocaine.
But it was weird, yeah. It's an odd question to ask. Like, how much can you put? I get it. Probably Guinness gave you guys some money.
Yeah.
And they're like, advertise. But
I bet they didn't.
I don't know.
I bet they didn't. They knew that they couldn't fucking stop. But it's like, you're asking all this shit of like, you're broadcasting to America, right?
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine that there's people in Ireland watching this fucking game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's not.
Yeah.
Like, not what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're going to have some, and they're probably like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever their accent is. It's not that. I do love that on like the Graham Norton clips.
Oh, yeah.
Of when they had like the 2 Irish rowers or whatever of like, what the fuck are you two guys
like,
saying?
All of the like Americans are like looking at him like, what the hell is he talking?
Yeah. Like, what? Yeah. I rode hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the one I remember the one. She's like, I kind of know what they're saying. Go ahead and talk. And he says it, and she was like, and she tells like everybody else what they said, and they're like, that's what he said. That's weird. That's weird. Odd thing.
He was solving a math equation.
Yes. Well, the interview before the Molly, the meatball or whatever fights.
Yeah.
And it's her and like the Indian reporter.
Yeah.
That's a funny ass interview there. Cause she says something like Jordans, and Molly, she's like, what are you saying? And she said something else, and then like they both just start dying laughing because you can tell the reporter's like embarrassed because she doesn't know what the fuck she said. So then it's like that embarrassing, like high pitched laugh. Oh, it's funny. Have you seen that interview?
Yeah.
Yeah. The wide set vagina. You know what they say about a girl with big feet?
Well, because it's like, man, thank God there's some subtitles down here, and I just assume that they're right. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. The accent's very cool, though. Like, I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah.
But it's very cool to hear. Like, the cadence of it, I guess, is. Well,
because it's that, and, like, because it's been a lot of, like, with all the shit talking from Australia and the U.S. with the Olympics and stuff of, like, the Australian accent, obviously Gillis does it. Yeah. It's always funny. But the way they uptick it at the end of like, well, we're really good at it.
Yeah.
Like, what? What? Is that a question or is that a statement? I don't know the way you said that.
Yeah. Gillis, when he talks about the Australian Goths, they're out of control. Nice hat, fatso.
Well, it's just like now, like you see on TikTok, they just like dub over like all the artists of like if it was it's Taylor Swift like Australian, and it's like dude. Obviously we weren't on. But like that fucking breakdancing lady.
Oh, I know.
I mean, like comes up with the kangaroo hops.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I didn't know that was
love seeing all the Australian people going, this was the best.
This was the best that we had.
They're the ones that suggested.
Let's do breakdancing as the Olympic sport. What?
Why? Yeah.
Breakdancing?
Like you got to imagine like the people that are on the Olympic committee going, what the fuck? How did we? Because I guess it's, if you host, you get to pick a game.
Yeah.
So that's what they picked to have
Paris
break. Paris picked that. Like the 7-on-7, that's because it's in America.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's why it's,
Yeah.
and then they'll see if it goes.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a sport.
Yeah.
But, they'll say, hey, if people like it and fucking watch it on TV, then we'll keep it. But,
but
your country gets
that.
to pick.
Yeah, everybody made fun of that. Please don't keep that.
Breakdancing.
Speak of the 7-on-7.
They just do, Paris, like, drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes on the street corner.
How many cigarettes can you smoke in a half hour?
Look at the one.
I took French in high school.
That was just gibberish.
I know. I remember the teacher. She was asking, it was like literally. I was a freshman in high school. The first day of class, she goes, "Does anybody know any French?" And I was not being funny. I was not trying to be. Now I realize that it was very funny the way it came off. And I raised my hand. She goes, "Yeah, what do you know?" And I go, "Well, like in a lot of the Disney movies, when they're French characters, they go, oh, son, son. Like, and like everybody starts dying laughing, and I'm smiling, and she starts laughing, and she goes, "Do you actually think that means something?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but I hear it a lot." And she's like, "That means literally nothing. Death made up." Yeah, I was like, "Oh, I thought it was like something good, like it was, like like in America." She's like, "No, it literally means nothing." But she's like, "Do you know any other things?" Like, "No, that was the only one that I knew, I guess. I don't know any other French words." Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I can remember that. And, I got the whole freaking like class erupting. And I'm like, because they're like, "What a fucking idiot." And I'm like, I'm literally was dead serious.
That's always that's the greatest in a spot like that. Where you're doing a dead serious thing and you get such a huge pop that it's like...
Then it made me like laugh because I'm like...
I better fucking go with it because I didn't think that this was going to get a laugh.
Nope, did not think that was going to get a laugh. I was not trying to be funny. To this day, she's still like, anytime that I see her, she always like tells me that. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like,
this is Jacquemin.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I just think of that fucking chef in The Little Mermaid.
No. I don't have that reference.
I know.
I haven't seen it in 30 years.
Yeah. I remember a lot of stupid
years.
shit.
I guess it wasn't out 30 years ago.
But yeah, the French accent. It seems very uptight. Like, I don't like the French accent. It sounds lazy.
Yeah. Well, and that's the weird one. Because I'll watch something and it was like a French guy giving a talk on something, but he was talking English.
Okay.
But their accent, when it comes through in English, it sounds like they're deaf.
Oh.
Like it has that little bit of like, are you not here? Yeah. So it's like, I don't want to laugh at this because that's not cool. But it seems like...
I saw a TikTok and it was like, this is the only way to get rid of Jehovah's Witnesses. And it's literally the guy is filming behind his buddy and you can see that it's a legit Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
Unless somebody's dressed up like one for this clip. And the lady goes, "Do you have time to talk about the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ today?" And he like signs something and she goes, "Oh my gosh, are you deaf?" And he goes, he shakes his head. "Oh, okay." She goes, "Have a good day, sir." And she like waves, and then he like waves and shuts the door. And I was in tears. I was in tears. Like, he fucking answered her. She didn't even catch it. Just shook her head. Like, I get a lot of them can, lip read pretty well, but yeah, it's just funny. Just funny stuff. But the 7-on-7 thing in America, did you see the quote from one of them?
No.
So whoever, because they have like a legit like 7-on-7 like pro thing, and the guy goes, "It's pretty disrespectful to think that all the NFL players are going to get picked to do it." And I'm like, that's not disrespectful at all. They're better than you. They're better than you, dude.
They're in the NFL.
Yeah. You have a 9 to 5 and play on this on the weekends, dude. Like, they're better than you.
It's pretty weird to think that Tyreek Hill thinks that he can catch touchdown passes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just as good as Patrick Mahomes, all right?
Yeah.
Just as good.
Throw it.
Yeah. I'd like to see him come out here in shorts and a t-shirt and throw the ball around like that.
was like the same with the 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Of like, we have a 3-on-3 league, but they weren't allowed to go.
Yeah.
Because it was, I guess I'd listen to Ice Cube talk about that of like, they did everything. All the qualifying stuff is scheduled and made up. He's like, I'm not saying they did it on purpose, but it's like right during our league year, right when this happens, this of like everything that had to happen was based on these 3-on-3 players from America can't make it to this.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that we didn't even medal.
Yeah.
It's a basketball
it's
sport.
A basketball sport. We didn't medal.
With guys that.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird.
Well, and then it was Ice Cube said that. He goes, whoever wins the gold medal will have our 3-on-3 All-Stars play during the week, their All-Star week, and $1 million to the winner. And the team that won, as like Netherlands or whatever, whoever won's like, yeah, 100% we're in.
Mm-hmm.
The Olympic Committee or whatever that hosts that, no, you can't do that. You didn't give us enough time. You have to put a waiver out and do this, and it's got to be this of like, so you just don't want them to play.
Yeah.
So you don't want them to make any money.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's weird. It's weird.
I always think that too of like, because McAfee would say that of, I don't know, what is that? Like handball or whatever it is where they throw the ball at the net.
Uh-huh.
And he's always like, well, if we just get some of our athletes to play that, we'd win it.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody's like, you don't understand. It's like, oh, you don't think like, he'd say, like this Patrick Mahomes knows how to throw a fucking ball at a net? You think you can stop that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're going to get in the way of that ball?
Oh, you're going to get ahead and D up Tyreek Hill running down the, like, you're going to be able to get.
Yeah.
They're like, it's just the facets of this game of like running and throwing a ball. I think these NFL guys can fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
Give them an hour and they'll figure it out.
Mix and match the NBA and the NFL guys. I think you could handle it. Hell, throw some of the WNBA girls in there. Yeah. Fucking Griner. Who's jumping up and catching that ball from her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw her a fade. Throw her a fade in the end zone.
The one that gets me, the one sport. I didn't know it was a sport, but then like I hung on TikTok too long watching and going, what the fuck is this? That now that netball where it's basically like women play it, but it's basketball, but like you can't dribble and there's no backboard. Like you can't jump and shoot or whatever. They just stand there.
Oh.
And like you can't jump and block and like it's all passing. I don't know the rules, but just by looking at it, that's what it seems like. They just throw it to the tall girl underneath. And like there's no speed to it. Like she catches it and then just like defenders all around her, just like kind of turns around slowly and just gets set and then shoots it. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but they're like, netball should be an Olympic sport. And then I seen a story where in Australia they did that of, well, there shouldn't be a men's and a women's. They should just, combine it.
Yeah.
It's like just men's team that just fucking came together in this, beat the fuck out. But it was like the whole goal seems like you just throw it to the tall person down low.
Yeah.
And they're shooting with, no backboard. So obviously you just got to make it. But also it's not a jump shot. Like you got to apparently stay on the floor. You can't.
Oh.
But it's like.
Did they invent a game for the most unathletic people in the world?
It's like, what the fuck is this? And then, saying, well, there's this skill. It's like, I'm pretty sure Steph Curry can hit that shot from fucking 30 feet without jumping.
Without jumping, yeah.
Like he can just do that.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't need to be down low. But it's one of those, like the defender, like I don't know that the defender can move either after you catch the ball. Mm-hmm. They kind of get locked in their location. But it's the classic, put your feet on the floor and just your hands up. Like they're not allowed to jump and try to block the shot of like, what the fuck is this?
Discipline defense.
This is just a game on passing?
Sweet pass. Well, that's the only thing they can do.
That's all we're allowed to do.
The ball's flat. We can't dribble it.
Not allowed to dribble. And like you can't, once you catch the ball, that's where you are. You can't move.
That's weird.
Like, what the fuck?
How long is it before like ultimate frisbee is an Olympic sport?
Oh,
or like disc golf.
Yeah, you get into one of those. Like disc golf's all right, man.
Is it?
Yeah,
I've never played
I've never played it. My brother plays. I've thrown some discs at his house. I can't. But like, it'll show up in my algorithm every once in a while, and I'll watch it because there's some fucking shots, man.
Yeah, I mean,
like
I've seen some shots. Yeah, like they get that curve to it. However, and like,
you get the what the fuck Richard one.
Yeah,
what the fuck Richard.
That's one of my favorite lines ever. What the fuck, Richard? Yeah, that's good. Good stuff. Yeah, the Olympics. It's weird. I always find it like I like to watch the weird ones because I know like obviously you got your big name people and the big ones like the chick the Ledecky girl who swims. Obviously she's gonna win a lot of
by minutes.
Yeah,
I mean, what
like
the fuck? She's
already out of the pool, dried off before second place is finished. Yeah. The Biles chick, she's gonna freaking smoke the gymnastics. The one dude, American guy who with the glasses in the men's gymnastics, that kid's fucking good as hell. That little horse thing that they got to do.
Oh,
Did you see? I saw some clips of him on freaking TikTok. Man, he is.
Yeah.
That is impressive as hell. The only thing like it's weird about the pommel horse thing, it looks like they're paralyzed from the waist down because how loosely whips and their legs go. Like that's odd. But
well, here's my problem with that one because obviously he does that and that secures them to get a bronze or whatever they got.
Yeah.
First team medal and whatever. And then they go through and then they do the individual. So it's waiting to see, him do that. And he gets and I obviously just watched the clip of it. He did the same fucking routine.
Yeah.
Of like, what
was that?
What was that?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have another one? You're the specialist. You didn't win.
Yeah.
When you got like silver maybe in that.
Yeah, and you didn't have another routine?
That's all you had?
I thought, don't you typically have at least two?
I would assume that like you just don't do the same routine twice.
Yeah.
That seems fucking lazy.
Yeah, it does.
And you didn't do any of the spread your legs open and present your penis to the world while you're spinning around. I mean.
Yeah. But I like to watch the one I like to watch just because to me, it's super impressive is the water polo.
Yeah.
You just tread water for an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know they have subs, but you're treading water for a long time and trying to throw a ball into a net with a defense on you. I don't know if I could do it that long without a defense and a soccer net. Like, I don't know if I'm getting that ball in there. Because it's not like it's a 4-foot pool. It's like it's a deep fucking pool that you have to tread. That's just, to me, it's impressive as hell. I mean, obviously, large fella, I'm not treading water a whole lot of times. And when it's, I can swim, but it's like after a few minutes, I just want to go
see that dead man float.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw the ball and I'll catch it.
Just bite it out of the air. Yeah, it's just, to me, that is like, it's boring as hell to watch, but it's just so impressive how they're able to tread water that long. And no offense to the people who do it, but the amount of training you have to go through in 4 years to get your body prepared for such a boring sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those people are just working their asses off for nothing. I mean, honestly, it's weird. I don't see any water polo guys on fucking commercials.
No. This is Johnny Sampson for White's Honda.
Yeah.
When I was playing water polo, they let me drive a Civic at half price.
They didn't let me drive. I had to
Can't do drinks. Can't do
But you know what? The chick that I really freaking liked over the Olympics was that big bitch who played rugby.
She was awesome.
She was awesome.
She was
great.
Like, you couldn't do anything without seeing her.
Yes.
Now she's fucking disappeared.
Yep.
Like you can't.
I have no idea where she is now. But I tell you what, the one clip where she just fucking bulled it. Like, she didn't even need to touch that girl.
No, you could see she was seeking,
seeking
locked on of like that girl had to be going, this is fuck.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Yeah, just get fucking out of the way.
But the one, like, I like the Olympics. I really do. Like, I don't watch them, but I do clips.
Yeah.
But, like, obviously the Simone Biles thing of, like, I don't get it.
Nope.
Like, I don't like that one. That the vault. I don't. How the fuck?
I don't know how you land.
I don't understand.
How do you land and stick the landing?
How do you break both your fucking legs?
I don't know.
You spun like 9 times and did like 6 fucking flips. I don't understand.
At full speed. I'm not sure.
But like, it's just one of those. I don't get it. Not getting it bad. Like, I don't understand how you can do that.
Yeah. It's super impressive.
And know where to fucking land.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But then like all the shit, like, you know, her husband wearing the medal, and then that one girl was like, you get that, that's her medal, you get that off of, like, it's her husband.
Yeah.
And then her clapping back going, hey, basically going, hey, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's my, you know.
Yeah, that's my husband.
It's like, you didn't earn that medal, she did. I'm like, well, and then like one other person came in and showed a whole bunch of clips of all the wives wearing Super Bowl rings and stuff. It's like, that's, I mean, come on.
Yeah, come on.
But then the one, like, because her floor exercise or whatever is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it's called. Like where they just stay flat in the black backflip.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And she did a double backflip with no tuck, was just like a fucking straight of like, but how? And then I seen a breakdown of like, well, you know, people think, and it's this guy, he's got like a cut apart of the floor routine. It's not as springy as you think. It doesn't help you that much to jump that high. And he's showing up like, well, there's springs. But he goes, you really don't get that much help on your jump. It's more for the landing. I'm like, that's not true, because she just backflipped over a backboard, basically. So you tell me on a basketball court
she can do that?
She can just do a backflip and fly over the fucking...
Yeah, no way, sorry.
It's like a trampoline. It's a mini trampoline of like a... Still super. That doesn't take away from anything that she did, but let's not act like it doesn't assist the jumping.
Yeah. It's impressive as hell.
Like LeBron James can touch the rim with his head, and she backflipped over the fucking...
It's impressive as hell.
I mean...
Yeah, I don't know how they do it, and I don't know how they do it and land, and then also smile as they land.
Yeah.
It's like my eyes...
with the world's most massive wedgie.
Yeah. Yeah, it can't be comfortable. Yeah, super impressive. And then the one clip I don't know the rules of rugby. I don't understand them. I don't know. Honestly, it just looks like smear the queer. That's all rugby to me looks like.
Easy.
Sorry, that's just all right. Smear the homosexual. I don't, whatever.
I don't know what you call it.
I don't know either. But that's what we call it.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, basically. But how the U.S. girls like won the one, like the chick like fumbled. And then she like scoop and scored it, and like it's cool as hell. And then you have to kick, and they needed to kick.
Yeah, you have to kick in the area of where you scored. So like if you score on the side, you have to kick from the side. That's why they said, "Oh, she ran in the center, so that kick's going to be easy." I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, isn't it always in the center?
Why is it not?
Why is it not in the center?
Why are you kicking from a corner?
Yeah,
and you have to hit this curve.
Yeah. I don't get it, but they want it. Yeah, but that chick was freaking awesome. Just freaking seeking out contact, man.
Yeah.
It was great.
Well, that is one, I guess I realized this, and I don't know for a fact that apparently, like, when you score, the ball has to touch the ground.
Oh, really?
In the end zone. Because they always dive in, or when you'll see them run in, and they take the ball and they touch it on the ground, and when they touch it on the ground, you'll see the signal for the score.
Okay.
So if like they run through the end zone and start fucking dancing and stuff, and then somebody takes the ball, it doesn't count. I mean, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Do you have to touch it, or can you spike it?
Like you must just you have to have control, I would assume.
Okay. I didn't know.
Now it'll be like a spike, but they'll spike it on the ground with their hand on it and leave the ball there.
Gotcha.
But it's like, because it's always like, why is everybody just diving into the end zone?
Yeah.
Like, my favorite part of that is when she breaks loose and she's fucking running. The guy calling is like, she's at the 30.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no lines on the field. I don't think they do it that way.
Could be. I could be wrong. I don't know these rules. She's at that 30, that 25.
I thought it was a gold medal game. It was obviously just for a bronze.
Yeah.
But
so cool.
Okay.
I know that's the first time I think the girls have ever medaled.
Yeah, it is.
The women's team. Yeah.
Rugby sevens or whatever they call it. I guess there's one with more.
Yeah. I really felt bad for that boxer chick, though, that everybody thought that was a dude just because she wasn't, like, a pretty lady.
Yeah.
I mean, that's honestly what it was. I mean, she was a muscular lady who just...
Well, she had...
What?
She had male...
Features?
She had XY chromosomes.
This
it happens every once in a while because they, years ago... They didn't allow a sprinter in the Olympics because she had, like, she's a female.
Yeah.
But has, like, creates testosterone.
Okay. I see.
So, like, the sprinter lady, she was, like, in the 100 meters was beating people by, like, a fucking second.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was like, and they didn't let her compete. That was the thing of, like, she has so much testosterone in her body that if another girl boxer would have shot that much, they would have kicked her out.
I see.
That's what it was. She's not trans. She's not anything like that.
Yeah.
It was just she just happens to have whatever that's called that produces testosterone.
Gotcha.
So just beat the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah.
Now, the one joke that I heard, because obviously it was an Italian girl.
Yeah.
They got punched and then quit, and like the guy just goes, "So you telling me an Italian woman doesn't know how to take a hit from a man?"
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
It's funny. I'd tell you another one with the Olympics, man. Like, the fact I watched the dude win the 400, the gold for the U.S.
Yeah.
I've never seen a gold, like the championship race, somebody win by that big of a stretch.
Yeah.
Like, that was so just... Like other people weren't in the finish shot.
Yeah.
I'm like, good God, man! Like that is just cook. And then like same thing with like the chicks. The one chick who I think she was the one running the 200. Like she had three.
Oh yeah.
She had like 3 or 4 steps on those.
Like so good.
Yeah, and like she had enough time to think, I'm beating everybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the camera that's going beside it, and I'm like, that's badass, man. That's badass. That is awesome. That is so good.
The one that I don't like is obviously the U.S. guy wins the gold in the 100 meters.
Yeah.
I don't like that it's your torso.
Not your head.
Not your head, not your foot. Of like, because like there was 3 feet that were already across the line, but his collarbone was across the line. Of like,
odd.
That's not, I mean, like, you just get a body part, man.
Yeah.
Like,
it's good.
Feels like,
yeah, I mean, Lightning McQueen won with his tongue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
because it's one of those things of like, yeah, you won the 100 meter by the rules, but you were like 4th.
Yeah.
If we just count it of anybody who crosses the line.
Yeah.
And I get it of like, so you don't have like a long.
Yeah. Legged.
Yeah. It just kicks it.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's like, it's tough when you have a photo finish to be like, well, he won. See, his collarbone's across, and you see like feet that are all like 6 inches past the line. Like they'd already made the step past the line.
It's just a guy who knows the rules.
Yeah.
Everybody else needs to get the rules.
Well, the bad thing is with that guy is they're like, he's a great closer, but then it's like, he's terrible at starts. Like, this is the Olympics. There's only 100 meters. Like the start is everything. Like that's kind of the biggest deal.
Yeah.
Like he's not good at it. It's like, well, you should practice that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not good at starts. Cannot come out of blocks.
Yeah. Not get out of the blocks.
Not get out of the blocks. Well, that's not good.
That's not great.
That's not great. That's not a good attribute to have in the 100. You know? Maybe the 800. All right. You know.
Then the girl that like won the long jump, like that must be nice. I got to go make my last jump, but everybody else is done.
Yeah.
And I've already won.
That is one of the cool things.
Her husband doesn't have any legs.
Yeah. Which is odd.
That's his blades.
Yeah. Well, the last guy who had blades murdered a bunch of people. Yeah. Murdered his wife.
Didn't end up good.
No. Honestly, when I saw that, I thought of the Kingsman.
He's a bad guy.
Because the chick has like the knives.
Yeah, the knives that pop out.
Yeah, that's what I was like, that's not right, but that's what I thought of.
I wonder if he knows Samuel L. Jackson. They should. I don't know, like, because Samuel does all the Capital One stuff. Like that, they should. Capital One should sponsor that guy.
Yep.
And just have him, just doing his running, or I think he's a sprinter.
Yeah.
Of like, just have him like finish like he's training, and have Samuel dressed as that. And go, hey man, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
And just have that be the commercial. Like,
I know you were doing Samuel Jackson right there, but you sounded very similar to Mike Tyson.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it sounded super Tyson.
I'll eat your tailed one.
Yeah.
That's the greatest. Hey, Mike, we need you to do a little more trash talk. I'll eat your tailed one.
Yeah. Didn't he tell a guy he was going to fuck him in the ass?
Yeah.
Yep, I thought so.
That was the whole Key and Peele. He's like,
yeah.
I'm going to fuck you in the ass. Yeah. I'll take you out to dinner. We'll watch movies that you want to watch, and then I'll fuck you in the ass. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Sodomy.
Sodomy. Oh,
Sodomy.
gosh. You know what's cool? We have football on Thursday this week.
Yeah, who do we got?
It's typically not terrible.
Yeah, I think there's a team on it.
North Carolina State played. I always thought it was like North Carolina and South Carolina played each other, but North Carolina and Minnesota play.
Row the boat.
North Dakota State, Colorado.
Oh, okay, yeah. I knew there was a.
Yeah. Yep. And then Utah plays, but they play Southern Utah. But Missouri.
I do like that of like, with Colorado having to open up against North Dakota State.
Yeah.
I love Matt Rule when he gets to Nebraska. And he told I don't want any Dakotas on this schedule. Not
nope.
North, not South, nothing.
Nope. If there's a West, I don't want them.
I don't want it.
He's not wrong though, because like
they play.
It's going to be closer than what
it's going to be a game.
It's going to be a game. Just the way they control the clock, they control the ball. It's hard as hell to stop.
Yeah.
And Colorado does not have. I get it. You bring in Warren Sapp, he's going to teach him a few things.
Yeah.
But if North Dakota State has just maulers down there, like you're going to have to really buckle up and make some tackles.
Yeah.
They were really bad at tackling last year.
Well, that's one of those ones like I hate that people like, whatever Deion does, whatever, it doesn't matter. But like people last year, like, are they gonna fire Deion for how bad this team has been? It's like in like the 2 years before he got here, they won one fucking game. He won 5 last year.
Yeah. Like
and they're like, if he doesn't make the playoff, they fire him. It's like they're selling out their stadium. Now are they going to be any good? No. I might bet that North Dakota State fucking beats them.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's going to come down to the fourth quarter game. The only way that Colorado has the game won before the fourth quarter is big plays.
Yeah.
If they can, Travis Hunter catches one and takes it to the house a couple times in a row and they get a nice, 2-score lead, 3-score lead. Yeah. North Dakota doesn't have those big play over the top ability. Yeah. They're going to still eat their clock and do their thing. That's the only way that game's taken care of.
Yeah, there are trenches.
Yeah.
Of like the difference between, I still call it 1 and 1 AA, but
the FBS.
The trenches is the difference. Like there's skill guys fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
But you don't have the, hey, this guy's 6'2", 320 pounds and runs a 4.3.
Yeah.
Like that, you don't have that in 1 AA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Colorado doesn't have that.
No.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like why North Dakota can do shit because hey, you don't have everybody on the offensive line 6'7", 340. Your offensive line sucks.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's the one thing, like with the Warren Sapp and everything like that, of like, obviously he knows a lot about the game and everything to do, but like, he can't, like, he can teach you things, but he's Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Like, you're not.
Yeah.
Like, things that just come to him. That's not.
Yeah.
I think I remember Golick telling that story when he played for the Eagles of, the pass rusher from the Eagles.
Reggie White?
Reggie White.
Yeah.
He said, like, they'd be in camp, and the coach would be like, hey, Reggie, tell him how you do that push back and that cut under and, that you're very successful with. He said, Reggie's just like, yeah, you come into him and you push this arm out, and then at the right time, you slice under, and they won't be able to catch up with you. And Golick was like, because you're Reggie White.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal move. It's a great move. It's one of the greater moves that was ever done.
Yeah.
But you're Reggie White. Mike Golick. He can do everything that you're doing, and it's not going to work.
Yeah. Well, and that's where you get into, that's how you tell really how good of a coach you are, is learning what your guys' skill level is. Quit teaching them NFL style stuff if they're not NFL style kids. And, who knows? Warren Sapp could be a really good coach. Who knows? I mean, we don't know. Or he could just be there because he needs a job.
But it's just one of those things of like everybody just assumes of like, yeah, but he's Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I bet their secondary is going to be great with Deion. It's like Deion coaches the offense.
Yeah.
Because he can't.
Yeah.
He can't coach the secondary to play like Deion because he's Deion fucking Sanders.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, he's a smart enough guy to realize that. Like, they can't do what I could do.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're going to see it weird, though. I think they're calling for his job by the end of the year.
Prime?
Yeah.
Who's calling for his job? The NFL or ESPN?
No, not Colorado. I mean, you'll have some Colorado fans that just assume
Are you
that
saying
they
just
should
like the media?
Yeah.
Oh,
They'll be like, oh, he just can't do it. Like, getting all these people transferring out of, like, you mean like every fucking school? Like, I don't know. Like, that was the weird one at the end of last year. It's like, he's lost 15 people off this team. It's like, well, fucking Ohio State lost like 18.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? Like, every school has that.
There's guys who come there who aren't that level, and they realize, hey, I'm not this level. I'm going to go play somewhere else. And because if you look at, like, on Ohio State, they lose guys. They didn't go anywhere that was a better level than what there's only one person that I can really think of. Obviously, Jamison Williams goes from Ohio State to Bama.
Yeah.
And obviously has really, really good success. But it's like, name another person who transferred from one, big-time school to another big-time school. It doesn't happen anymore.
But that was the thing, too, of, like, even like that example of, it was because Jameis couldn't get on the field.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, he went to Alabama and did all this. It's like, he's the only one they had.
Yeah.
And now he's in the NFL, and they're like, hey, it's 2 years, and he's still not very good at running routes.
Yeah. Yeah. He's fast.
And then you look at the other Ohio State guys, like, they're going in and fucking winning Rookie of the Year and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Well, Ohio State's starting quarterback transferred out and went to Syracuse. I don't even know if he's a starter.
Yeah, I don't know either.
He is.
I would have to imagine but yeah.
Syracuse.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to win 4 games.
That's the one, too, of, like, what everybody's saying, like, oh, Ohio State not able to get quarterbacks and stuff like that, of, like, it's because it's supposed to be Quinn Ewers. He transferred out. Like, you would have went from C.J. Stroud to Quinn Ewers to whoever's next.
Uh-huh.
That's what's missing.
Yep.
Devin Brown, they were never supposed to be the starters.
No.
Now, if they just produced into, like, a Joe Burrow type thing, okay.
Okay, yeah.
But it was always Quinn Ewers. That was his position.
Yep.
And then when he transferred back, and, whatever he needed to do, had to reclassify. So I assume his family needed some money.
Yeah.
That's why because if he didn't stay at Ohio State because he wasn't going to be the starter because C.J. Stroud was there. But if he'd have came at normal time, he would have sat 1 year and then he'd have been the starter.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why you have, like, this gap, this 2-year gap. You got a grad transfer in from Kansas State who's now the starter.
Yeah.
Or at least, week 1 starter. And then you have those 2 other guys that are freshmen coming in and will see reps and learn how to do things. And then next year it's their time. I mean,
you got the kid that transferred from Alabama.
Yeah.
That was like the number 1 recruit quarter or number 2.
Yeah. And then is the Nolan guy here?
Yeah, and Aaron Nolan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you get those 2 guys, and then you get the kid from Bellefontaine the next year.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how good he is, but
I mean, I've seen him play.
Big.
Yeah, I've seen him play.
Seems like he's got an arm on him.
It's how much he has grown from freshman to senior year is very, very impressive. Like almost.
He's like 6'5", isn't he?
Yeah. And like as a freshman, like he was like maybe it seemed like he was like 6'1".
Yeah.
But obviously he gained some confidence and
because I've kept an eye on that guy because that was always a question that I had. Obviously from this area, not that that's in this area, but it's close enough to call it this area.
Yeah.
Of a town that big with a high school that just fucking sucks at everything. Like they never, you never hear about them. And then this kid comes along and you hear about him of like, commits to Ohio State early, which is like, then I, seeing people say, why would he do that? It's like, because he's from Bellefontaine.
Yeah.
And if Ohio State offers you commit, that's what I don't understand why that's a question.
He's an hour from the,
but like
from the campus.
Yeah. But like watching him go like, I don't know if he can play. And then it's like, oh, he's bigger. Oh, he's big. Oh, he's cotton faster.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a cannon on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a friend who is a coach in the conference.
Yeah.
And we always do some 7-on-7 with them in the summertime. And I was asking him about him and he's like, when he came in as a freshman, he's like, he had no confidence. He had no idea what he was doing. Like we sacked him like 4 or 5 times. We ended up beating him that year. Sophomore year, he's like kind of the same thing. He's like, you could tell he had put on some weight and stuff. And he's like, his arm started to get better, but he still wasn't sure. Like you could tell he sure didn't know when to stay in the pocket and when to run. He's like, so we'd get him down a couple times. And because they ended up beating us, he goes, his junior year, it was like, oh yeah, no, he's ready.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then obviously this past summer we did some more 7-on-7. He goes, yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's legit. So.
What's always that of like, because you don't know, like the big time quarterbacks, you don't know what they have.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always love that of like, Ohio State's out recruiting quarterback and they don't even offer the quarterback because they just pulled a wide receiver over for him to throw to and it was Chris Olave.
Yeah.
Of like, well, maybe the quarterback just had Chris Olave.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean,
yeah.
Maybe he wasn't throwing all these dimes. It was just this guy fucking running wild on everybody.
Yep.
But that's weird how that happens too. Because, you have a highly rated quarterback in California for big enough that Ohio State's going to look at him. So other schools are obvious of how is this receiver not on anybody's fucking radar?
Yep.
Or, big school wise. Like,
yeah. Well, the crazy part about the kid from Bellefontaine is you don't typically see this with a high pro. Now you see it in like this area and this level. Obviously, Bellefontaine's not D1,
right?
But like I'm pretty sure this year is his third coach in 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just you don't see that quite a bit.
Somebody took another better teaching job at another school.
Yes, exactly. It wasn't they're not there to coach football. They have other things to go do.
It's a teacher.
Well, I think the guy he had last year took a principal's job. You know what I mean? So like, it's just people don't know that.
Yeah.
People don't understand that because they're not from this level of football. And it's like,
they don't have Trent Dilfer.
Yeah.
Just come to coach their high school team.
Sorry, those guys are like, I need a better paying job. Great. Sure, the kid's great to coach, but he's like, this job's open now. Like, I need to go get it. So I think that's a very funny, additive to just like the area that they're in and like the level of football that they are. Like all these other big time schools are like, that coach has been there for 25 years, or all these other schools, you don't hear that backside. Like this is going to be his third coach in 4 years.
One, it's like one of those, it's not like the typical high school, small school of like, hey, this head coach is going to end up on the coaching staff of wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Of like, well, it's Ohio State. Like they're not.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not.
No.
You can go take Ryan Day's job.
Yeah.
I mean,
to the point, like that's not happening because a very successful head coach at a Division II level school here in Ohio is a quality control special teams coach at Ohio State.
Yeah. That's the way it works.
Yeah, I think he may be a little bit more than quality control now, but yeah, he does special teams stuff.
That's how you go in.
Yeah.
You got to,
Yeah.
You got to pay your dues.
But very successful at the school he was at.
Yeah.
That's the difference. People don't understand how big of a difference that is.
Yeah, you're going up against guys like you also, taught gym class.
Yeah.
These guys are spending 80 hours a week on football. That's it. That's all they do.
Yeah.
I find I am intrigued this year with Ohio State's offense. And just, I didn't watch the spring game, but I seen highlights and stuff of it. And like, they ran one in for a touchdown, and Ryan Day goes, I probably would have thrown that. Of like, yeah, but he just ran it in.
Yeah.
And scored. Of like, I want to see the difference of like, boy, seems like we're getting a little throw happy here. We never run the fucking ball.
Yeah.
I think you'll get people that are, he's just going to run the ball all the time. We're not going to have the receivers. So it's like, we had Marcus Mariota, and he threw for a fuck ton of yards, but they still ran the shit out of the ball.
Yeah, it just chill. Just chill, guys. Chip Kelly has a name for a reason.
Yeah.
Let's just let him. He's been to 2. He hadn't won a national championship, but he's been to a couple.
Yeah.
All right. Just so happened he had to play Cam Newton in one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Arguably one of the best college quarterbacks ever.
Yeah. Well, that's, I think people just forget about that of like his quarter of like, no, they threw for a fuck ton of yards. They just scored 70 points a game.
Even before Mariota.
Yeah.
Even before Mariota. You can't even name that. You can't even name the quarterback he had before Mariota.
No.
But they ran the fuck out of him. I mean, you had guys like the Anthony Thomas and Jonathan Stewart and all these guys. Like, no, he ran the ball.
Yeah. That's what I want to see of like, because one that like Ohio State's offensive line has been garbage for, and like hearing Nick Saban talk about that of like, when he's talking about Ole Miss, he's like the difference for Ole Miss this year is they have the guys up front. Whereas like, you don't compete with Georgia with not having those guys. You just don't.
Yeah.
And like that's been Ohio State's thing. Like couldn't beat Michigan because you just didn't have it up front. You can't. You have all the skills you want, man. But if
I loved him in game day.
Yeah.
He's a fun. He doesn't try to do too much.
Yeah.
He doesn't try to give you. I didn't think so. I didn't think he tried to give you the coach's answer.
Right.
I thought he just tried to be an analyst just like everybody else. Like when they were talking about, the teams, the picks, they were making their picks.
Right.
He could have given you, well, this person, this team does this, they do this. He was like, I think that Colorado is going to beat North Dakota State because of the athletes they have and Travis Hunter and, Shedeur Sanders. And I just think they're going to have better athletes than North. Yeah.
Just too much.
Great answer. Great analyst answer. You could have went so far in depth that you lost everybody.
Yeah.
But nope, he did that. So I did enjoy his. And then I thought he was good on McAfee's part too. Like just getting to see, because you only hear him being a-holes and this and that. And you know how he talks to the media after games and everything like that. But you get to see him in a different light. And
what's the same like with Belichick?
Yeah.
Of like, he's in there cracking fucking jokes on McAfee's show of like, that is everybody going, when they first said that he's going to be on there going, well, what's he going to say? It's like, no, he's talking to the media as a head coach. Now it's like, it's just him.
Yeah.
Like he's going to say,
yep.
But he still did do that. Like Connor asked a question and Belichick's like, I'm not answering that. I'm just like, hey, let's not overstep what we're doing here. Like we're not friends.
Yeah, exactly. I know Pat and that's it.
Yeah.
Everybody else is. Yeah.
But like the one thing I was thinking about today was you get these big games, so Ohio State, Oregon, and whatever week 3 or 4.
That one weekend,
it's massive.
October 12th, I think.
Or I guess it'd be week 5 or something. Yeah, there's from noon till midnight. It's just massive games.
Yeah,
but like you think about Georgia, Alabama, like these dominant teams, like they would all have these games and just beat the fuck out of them. Like I would love to have an Ohio State game where Ohio State's supposed to be dominant and Oregon's a good team.
Yeah.
Of where it's just like, no, Ohio State went in there and won fucking 45-20. Like it wasn't even.
Yeah.
Like they weren't even, instead of a fucking 21-18 of that, it's an actual like, hey, we're just coming in here and just going to fucking throttle you.
Yeah. That weekend is absolutely awesome. You have, and all of the games are to be determined time-wise.
Yeah, I think Ohio State's 7:30 on NBC.
Okay, the ESPN has it still to be determined. But Oregon, you have Oregon, Ohio State, you have Ole Miss, LSU, Penn State, USC, Florida, Tennessee, Clemson, Wake Forest, Georgia plays Mississippi State, You know, right then and there, you have how many games that you're not watching any other games that day. If you space out the time, you're not watching any other games. It doesn't matter who else is playing.
Now they'll do the standard where they put all the games on at the same.
The fucking Red River rivalries on that day.
Which is that a noon game?
That one says 3:30.
All right, 3:30.
Yeah,
but they do that all the time. Like they'll have 3 massive games, put them all on at the same time.
Yeah,
like do you guys not talk?
No,
I mean,
yeah. Do you guys not want people to watch your station? Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Well, because that's one thing I hate is just being a Big Ten guy. It shocks me. Now, granted, it's probably because it's in Oregon. But like if Oregon and Ohio State was at Ohio State, it'd be a noon kick because it's a fucking big noon of like, come on, I fucking hate that.
Stupid.
And I hate that too. And I've said it many times. I hate it for Penn State. Because their big whiteout game
is never
going to be against like Ohio State or anything because it's going to be at fucking noon.
Yeah.
Of like, well, that's not.
You can have a big noon kickoff and play the game at night.
Yeah. Just have the fucking show.
Yeah,
man.
just have the show. Yeah. The show starts at noon.
Yeah.
The game does not start at noon. It might.
That starts at 12. Well, the Ohio State-Michigan game, what they did is like the big noon kickoff show and then kick that game off to 12:15. Everybody tunes into the game. They're like, well, the big noon kickoff show wiped up this week. They had 15 million viewers. Like, no, everybody was clicked on for the game.
Yeah, dipshit.
And you guys didn't tell anybody that you were holding off till 12:20. You know, you're finagling the numbers here.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine that there can't be that many people that are like, no, I'm more of a big noon guy than a college game day guy.
Yeah,
I'm
anybody
like,
shut the fuck up.
I mean,
shut the fuck up. The college game day is the best.
Yeah.
Because you don't have too many people who've played before.
Yeah.
The big noon kickoff has too many guys who
too
many players that were successful.
Yeah.
Because anytime they have a question, what would you have done here, Matt?
Yeah.
You'd have handed the ball to fucking Reggie Bush, Matt. That's what you would have done.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be honest here, okay? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh man, so that Brandon Walker guy and then the dude who's on with Arian Foster and PFT. Right, that's PFT, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever, I can't remember his name. Do they call him Big T?
I don't know.
Well, they do those clips that's like don't speak.
See,
the first one was who was it? Shoot. Oh, it was it might have been Bo Jackson.
Okay.
And then they went through it and they're like, yeah, I didn't see anybody on that list that was Bo Jackson. I was like, yeah, get it. Bo Jackson, phenomenal. And the next one was, I can't remember, but it was somebody that just, like good, but not that level. And like the next picture's Reggie Bush. And they're like, give that like look like, should I? I'm like, yeah, fucking speak.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I'm like, the guy who was in the very first picture does not have a Heisman.
Yeah.
Number one. Like Reggie Bush won a Heisman. And then like the next one was Darren McFadden. And they're like, And I'm like, Darren McFadden's better than that guy too in college. Darren McFadden was awesome in college.
Well, and
I'm like, my God, guys, talk like that. I was like, what are you guys doing?
Well, that's the other one of like, Reggie Bush is in a solid argument.
Yeah.
A solid argument for the best college football player of all fucking time.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's like him, Bo Jackson, Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Uh-huh.
Like Darren McFadden's not in that world, and he was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember watching, I think when they were playing Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
It was on like Thanksgiving or the day after.
It was like a night game. Yeah, I remember that game.
Like single-handedly
beat Alabama.
Was like
non-stoppable.
They can't do anything.
Nope.
Just give them the ball.
Yep.
All right, throw them a screen.
Yep.
All right, wheel route.
I remember that
All
game.
right, hand it off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, throw it to him again. It was like, Jesus Christ. But Alabama couldn't do anything.
Nope. No clue how to stop that guy. Yeah, but I was like, guys, what are you doing? Like, I don't mind the Big T guy. He's usually kind of, sensible or whatever. Obviously, Brandon Walker, he's the more popular he gets, the stupider he gets.
Well, he's falling into that. If I say wild, he's fallen into that Skip Bayless kind of, well, if I say wild shit, I get more clicks.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, which is fine. I mean, it's what you got to do, I guess. But
well, he made the really one that turned me off. He made a comment right after Denver, and it wasn't because of this. It was Denver, but it was just his comments, his argument about it. It was like Bo Nix starter at. They named him the starter, and they're like, "What do you guys think about that?" And one guy's like, "I think he'll do fine." Like, it's exactly what Sean Payton wants. He goes, look at the way Drew Brees did things, and look at the way that Bo Nix is doing things. He goes, it's the same. I think he'll be fine. And he goes, yeah, I don't know. He goes, his yards completion, he was only like 5 yards, and then he didn't really throw the ball deep. He's like, I don't know if it's going to work out. He goes, I'm not. He goes, and the other guy's like, yeah, but he's super accurate, and if he's getting the ball to the playmakers fast, he's not getting sacked. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's going to make it. It's like, you have no argument. You're just trying to
basically you listen to Michael Lombardi talk.
Yeah,
and you're not seeing what he's saying.
Yeah.
When he talks about, hey, this guy's only averaging 5 yards per completion, that's a guy that's been in the league. Like, if Lamar Jackson is averaging 5 yards of completion, they're doing terribly. But Bo Nix is just starting out.
Yeah.
Don't kill him.
Yeah. He's going to do fine. He's going to do fine. Yeah. I watched him do, who they play? They did one of their preseason games. It was last Sunday night, and I watched because I know all the starters were playing the first couple drives.
Yeah.
And I'm like, not bad. Not bad at all. Loved it.
Everybody.
Ball was out quick. Ball was on time. Ball was precise. He didn't have a single misread, and he should have been a touchdown, but his foot was over the line of scrimmage. Should have been, throw it just a tad sooner. Should have been that one. To kick a field goal, he drives Marshall right down the field again and scores a touchdown. It's like, yeah.
That's the one thing, like from preseason, do you look like a professional?
Mm-hmm.
And he does.
Yep.
And I think what a lot of people forgot, because just his accuracy and his timing at Oregon, I think most people forgot that he's a fucking running quarterback when it starts.
Yeah.
Like he can like they forget the Auburn days.
Yeah.
That kid was running for his fucking life. Fuck, he's rushing for 60 yards a fucking game.
Yeah.
Like people forget that because he was just, he's a pocket passer.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
He's athletic.
He's got wheels.
Yeah.
Like he can move.
No, I was very impressed because you never know.
Yeah.
You just never know. And I liked the pick when they made it. I just didn't know. Obviously, they had to make the pick there because everybody was going to be the quarterback frenzy. I get it. I didn't want him to take him there. I wanted him to take him. I just didn't think it was going to be at 12. But either way.
And they had to.
Or he was gone. Like, I get it.
And they don't have any money.
Yeah, they have no money. I get it. I mean, I understand why they did it. But, you never know what they're going to look like. I watched, the however many quarterbacks that they picked the last few years play in the preseason, and they suck ass. They don't, like, the throws are bad. It's timing. They're scared looking. It's like, this guy actually looks like he's played some football before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was pretty happy with it.
Well, and you have a coach that has an offense, and he knows what he wants to run, and he went and found that quarterback that can do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He didn't, because there's so many of them that just, hey, they picked this guy first overall. This is our offense. I'm like, no, you did. Like, that's not what that quarterback does. He's never done that.
Yeah.
What makes you think he can do it in the NFL?
Yeah.
Of like, you have to.
I mean, honestly, I don't think Caleb Williams fits in with his thing. Like, if Denver had the first pick,
no,
I feel like they'd trade in that pick.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd take.
I don't think that.
You know what I mean? I don't think it's not that he's too talented. It's that he wants to throw the ball down the field so often.
Well, and he wants the improvisation, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes doing very well with it.
Yeah.
I hate people saying, well, he looks just like Patrick. I'm like, let's fucking calm down.
Patrick made a behind-the-back pass and completed it the other day.
Yeah.
All right, let's chill out, okay?
On a whim. Everybody's like, oh, they called that. He's like, no, you can't call that. That just fucking happens. And it was a preseason game, so if he dropped it, who cares?
Yeah.
But like Sean Payton, that's not his offense. Of like, that was the problem there he was getting with Russell Wilson. Of like, hey, like that ball was supposed to be out.
Yeah.
Like, you have to go.
Mm-hmm.
I loved with Russell and Justin Fields. I don't know if you heard Greeny on McAfee?
Mm-mm.
He goes, they were talking about, Tone asked him a question about the Steelers. And who's the quarterback that they traded?
The Steelers traded a quarterback?
Yeah, from Pitt, who they drafted.
Oh, yeah, Kenny Pickett?
Yeah. He says, well, they got rid of Kenny Pickett. He says, so it feels like they got rid of a bad quarterback and replaced him with 2 bad quarterbacks. And that's what Greeny said. It's like, that's fucking spot on what you did, man.
Yeah.
Like Russell isn't Russell anymore.
No, he's bad.
He didn't throw, he protected the ball.
Yeah.
And that's all Mike Tomlin wants. Don't throw interceptions.
Yeah.
Where Justin Fields is better than Wilson is now just because he's more dynamic. But he turns it over all the fucking time.
Like his fumbling problem is weird.
2 fumbles in
a
fucking preseason of
dude, how are you so? It's odd. It's just like that big transition from college to the NFL. Dude never turned the ball over in college.
No,
never. Was precise as very accurate. That was one of his things going into the draft. The guy's accurate.
Yeah,
and they were just concerned about taking on the offense as a whole.
Right.
Not necessarily hit the ball skill there. It's like, how did you go from being very accurate, not turning the ball over, to people are afraid that you're just going to drop the ball when you're in the pocket?
You just fumble it.
Yeah, just letting go of it.
Well, and to the point of like, how are you accurate 45 yards down the field, like throwing fucking dimes?
Yeah.
But like a 15-yard crosser.
No. Behind him.
And it's not one of those things where it's like a John Elway thing or whatever, where your arm is so fucking big.
Yeah.
That it's tough, you have to learn how to take some off. It's like, that's not your game.
At all. No.
You're just
not accurate right now. Whatever it is, I don't know. But hopefully, I can't imagine that Russell is going to last the whole year. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, he's going to get hurt at some point in time.
Yeah.
That offensive line is still fucking garbage. I know they drafted a lot. It's still fucking shit.
Still really bad.
Which is kind of why you need Justin Fields, because he knows how to deal with that.
Yeah.
But also, every time you get sacked, you can't just fumble the ball.
Oh, yeah. Hold on that fucking thing, man.
I don't understand that.
I don't either.
But the funny thing, like with Justin Fields and C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
It's like that test, Justin Fields got like a perfect fucking score.
Yep.
He's so smart, and then C.J. Stroud's a fucking moron.
Yeah, because he did it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, go look at those two, and apparently that test doesn't mean a fucking thing.
Nope. I want to take it.
Yeah.
Because isn't it timed?
Yeah.
Don't you have like an hour or something like that?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, and I don't know any of the questions.
Neither do I.
Hear the Wonderlic questions; they're just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But
because some of it's like it's a lot of problem solving skills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I would like to take it because one,
we don't know how C.J. Stroud even made it here.
Yeah. Can he drive? Yeah. One, like, I mean, I didn't do great on the ACT. You know what I mean? So it's like, I want to know, like, is it one of those things or, or is it one of these other things?
I don't know. Be interesting.
Yeah. Because I know you can print them off.
You have to, I don't even know what it's called. It's like the something one test or whatever. It's and one test. You have to know a lot about the professor.
What was the big black dude's name that was in there with him? You know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah.
Because that Sports Illustrated, I used to have that one. It had the professor on there, and it had like everybody else, and there was that gigantic black who dunked. He was like, I was like, I don't know how the hell you're dunking. Like, you're not getting off the ground, buddy, but I could slam and jam.
That was such a fucking thing, man.
Uh-huh.
Like, that was so massive.
I had the video game.
Oh, yeah.
I had the video game, yeah.
But then it's like, oh, they're just like not good at basketball, too.
Uh-huh.
Because they show like, if they don't do the mixtape and cut everything up, they like show the whole game. It's like, oh, this is fucking terrible basketball.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, we want to do some playoff picks for college football.
Yeah.
Florida State's not going to be in it, in mine. They never were. So
we got to pick 12 teams. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Isn't that weird?
Isn't
They're
that
from
weird?
Holland?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
I painted my Yoo-hoo gold. All right. You got yours?
I'm just going to wing it off the top of my head, buddy.
Okay, well, go ahead. I don't have mine written down.
Oh, are you getting ready to type, or are you just looking up teams?
No, I was going to get ready to type, but I have like teams uploaded just in case I get some names in my head.
Gotcha. All right, well, starting the Big Ten. I think Ohio State wins the Big Ten, and Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State make the playoffs.
Okay.
It's 3.
Yeah.
All right, and we go to the SEC. I think borderline Georgia gets in.
Okay.
I think Texas gets in.
Okay.
I think Ole Miss gets in.
Okay.
Because all Ole Miss games are at home.
Oh, all their big ones?
I think they play Georgia. I think it's at home.
Nice.
I think their big games are at home.
Nice.
Let's see. So that's 3. I don't think Alabama gets in this year. I think they're the
wild one out.
I think they're out. And I don't think Missouri,
yeah.
I mean, I know they beat Ohio State, but they couldn't score either.
No. No.
All right. So what's that? I got 6.
Yep.
All right. Now we got Texas, Ole Miss. LSU gets in.
Okay.
I think 4.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you what. I think Oklahoma State gets in. That's at 8. 4 more fucking teams to come up with.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. It starts getting hard, yeah.
I don't think anybody else from the Big 12 makes it. ACC-wise, I don't think Florida State gets... Well, how is it? Conference champion?
Yeah.
Gets an automatic bid, so somebody's got to fucking win that.
Uh-huh.
Fucking Clemson.
Okay.
Just as a weird...
Yeah.
Notre Dame, even though I don't think they're very good, but I think they just...
Yeah.
They'll get that. They'll get a boost not having to play a conference championship game.
Yeah, you got 2 more teams.
2 more teams. There's going to be some team that's like the group of 5 team.
Yeah.
Fucking SMU.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that.
And then let's go with... There's going to be... Do you think the Big Ten get 4?
I don't know. You going to go with the old Michigan, are you?
No, I don't think it would be.
Okay.
I think it would be like a fucking Nebraska.
Okay.
Like somebody that's just off, nobody cares about, and they got like a super easy schedule, and like say Nebraska beats Colorado.
Yeah.
And you get these kind of bumps to where it gets in.
All right, there's your 12. There's your 12.
I don't feel great about it. But
no, I mean, who cares?
That's a tough pick, though.
12 picks is tough.
Yeah.
It's like, who the
like
fuck
you
else
ramble
is there?
off 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
All right. And it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Because there's some Power 5 or other 5 school that's,
Yeah.
just pick whoever's going to fucking win.
Yeah.
And be in the top. What are they going to be in the top 15 or something?
Something. Yeah. All right. So I'll start off with, I think Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, and I think they get 4. I think the Big Ten and the SEC both get 4 in.
Yeah.
And I think Penn State would be the other, or not Penn State, because that's who they play. I think USC's gets the other one in.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they upset Penn State early in the season.
Gotcha.
I do. I don't know why, but I got that feeling. I'm with you with Georgia and Texas. I think those are kind of easy ones to do. Trying to type and talk at the same time. I guess I'm not really great at it. Georgia, Texas. I'm with you with LSU. I was thinking that. I don't know why. I just got that feeling
it's year 3.
Yeah, they're not talking about it. I'm not sure about Ole Miss, man. It's like
Well, it's like they said on game day. If not now, when?
Yeah.
This is the best you got.
This is the best you got. Not sure about the SEC here. I mean, I know they're going to get 4 in, but I think that this is a toughie. It is a toughie. I'll go. I don't know. I'll go Ole Miss.
Okay.
I'll go Ole Miss because I don't see anybody else in that one that's better than them. Like Missouri's not better than them.
No.
Oklahoma's not better than them. And I don't think Oklahoma's getting in.
I think Oklahoma's going to get smacked around.
Yeah. Okay, that's 8. I think North Carolina gets in.
Okay.
Fill it. I think the U gets in. I think Miami gets in.
Really?
Yep. I do.
That didn't even pop up onto my fucking radar.
Yep. I think Miami gets in. I like Crystal Ball. I think he can get something rolling there. I do. I don't know why.
Yeah, when he could have just kneed on that fucking ball last year, but lost that game.
Yeah. You learn.
He learned. He's been a Division I coach for quite some time now.
Yeah, but trying to
yeah.
Still, I like Crystal Ball. I don't know why. But just trying to go to not all the same teams you are.
I got you.
I do think Notre Dame does get in though.
Yeah, it just seems like one of those.
Yeah,
like the games they play non-conference wise, it's not terrible,
Yeah, and then my last one, I don't believe in Clemson, so I
don't either.
I'm not going to pick him. Plus, Dabo Swinney just completely bitching about the whole fucking portal and everything.
Yeah.
I'm not using it. Well, you're going to be behind then.
Well, my only thing with that is outside of Florida State last year.
Yeah,
like Clemson almost could have won that fucking conference.
Yeah,
and that's just because I don't believe in the conference.
Yeah,
but you got 2 ACC schools going.
I do. I have Miami and North Carolina, probably the 2 that nobody has going.
No, I can't imagine. I haven't seen a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't seen anybody's picks.
Yeah, I haven't either. You know what, though? I do like, and I'm going to copy yours of my last one, I do like OK State getting in.
There's just, what else is there?
Yeah, I do like them getting in. So
if Oklahoma State doesn't run that fucking conference, I mean,
there's something wrong.
What do we?
Yeah, so I have OSU, Michigan, Oregon, USC, Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, North Carolina, Miami, Notre Dame, and OK State.
So you get no group of 5 guys.
Nope. I know there will be, but
not necessarily.
There doesn't have to be.
But because they still have to be rated inside. They can be undefeated, but they got to be ranked inside.
So like the 5 guys, the out of 5 guys that SMU, Tulsa for some reason.
Yeah.
Coastal Carolina always seems to kind of fight their way up there. Tulane always seems to, they could be to me, Tulane might be one of the bigger ones that throws their way in.
To me, being like an SMU or something like that, because it just strikes me as it's the first year, let's go ahead and get one in, and they can get fucking ass pounded, and then we can just be done with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we'll just leave those guys out.
Like, let's just, let's go ahead and knock this out.
Yeah.
But, so you, of your picks, top 4 get buys.
Yep.
Who are your buys? Top 4 conference champions.
Top 4 conference champions get buys.
Yeah.
Okay, so the top 4 conference champions, that's a toughie because, I think Ohio State wins the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I think Ohio State wins the Big Ten.
I agree.
I think Georgia wins the SEC.
No fight there.
I don't think Texas beat them.
No.
Now, I would like to see Texas beat them.
I think it would be so fucking funny if it's different down here.
Yeah.
And Texas walks in the first year and just wins it.
Yes, I would love that.
That would be
too.
fucking hilarious.
It'd be great. So I would say OSU, Texas, or Georgia are probably my 2 buys. As my list,
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State, yes. And then out of my list, I would probably assume that North Carolina wins the ACC. I mean, honestly, I would assume that they win the ACC. Notre Dame's going to have to join a conference if they want to buy.
Yeah, they can't get one.
They can't get one. They're not eligible for a buy. So, I mean, I think North Carolina is better than Miami.
Imagine that. It's like, here's your 4 byes. Ohio State,
Georgia,
North Carolina, Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Like,
fuck. Yeah.
Like Oklahoma State, okay.
Yeah, because they should run that conference.
Well, even in years past, they were right on the cusp, you know. It's just, and because they'd always lose a game that they shouldn't.
They shouldn't, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, which is crazy in itself, because then you have, like, Texas, USC, Ole Miss, Notre Dame as, like, they're playing each other that first week.
Well, because then, like, in mine, you'd end up with the first round Texas SMU.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that sucks is that when it goes like that of, like, hey, you don't get to see a playoff game at the shoe.
Yeah.
Because they got to buy and they go neutral site. So I think when they go to 14 in a year or two, the first 2 rounds should be at home.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like however the buys work out, because you don't. Everybody else gets a home game, but if you're too good, you don't get one. You have to go to a neutral.
Yeah,
like because fucking playoff home game in college that's fucking awesome. Can you imagine? Fucking playoff home game at Penn State.
Oh yeah,
in fucking December. And a whiteout of like.
Yep. Imagine like Texas going up to Penn State.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Or freaking USC. I mean, imagine like when the schedule gets jumbled up and USC is going to the shoe in early November, or to Penn State, or to.
Well, they go to Michigan this year in like late October.
That's what I'm saying. I'm at like they're gonna be like, fuck this. Yeah. Honestly. So I think that obviously, the bigger team should get a little bit of a home field advantage.
Yeah, you should.
So the first 2 rounds would be fine. 2 rounds. Yeah. Then after that, you can go with your stupid ass bowl games.
Yeah.
You can do the Sugar Bowl, Cotton Bowl, all that crap. So
it's exciting.
It is exciting. I mean, the 12 teams, picking the 12 teams and how tough it was makes this year exciting.
Yeah.
Because we think that we know everything and we struggle to pick the 12 teams.
I'll tell you what. That you could see of maybe not an LSU, I would fucking love it so much.
Yeah.
Because I hate this guy so much.
Yeah.
That if Texas A&M made it.
Oh, yeah.
Of just like, hey, you were just, like, you had all these recruits that you paid for, and you just suck so bad.
Yeah.
And then this guy comes in and takes right to the fucking playoffs. Because I like him. I mean.
Who is it again?
It's that one guy.
Thanks. You like him, though.
Yeah, he came from who the fuck did he coach? Mike Elko?
Yeah, could be.
I think it might be Elko.
Yeah, Mike Elko, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Mike Elko.
Of like.
Yeah, he came from Duke, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like that's a,
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Is this the year that your boy from Arkansas gets canned?
He still has a job? That fucking guy is terrible. He's going to be the greatest in forever. It's like they won 3 games in a row fucking 2 years ago.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
They beat somebody they weren't supposed to beat. So you keep talking about it for 2 years, and then they fire him all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, I thought you guys
beat? Who'd they beat?
I want to say they beat Texas A&M.
Yeah, there you go.
But they were ranked.
Yeah.
No, they're not good, but.
I understand that, but like when he got all the shine from it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, if we recall, Texas A&M didn't even get bowl eligible that year. I don't think it was.
It was close. Close.
So I think after they got beat by Appalachian State that year, I think.
It could have been.
I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Well, good for him. I think Arkansas's first SEC win. It's probably a long time.
I mean, fat guy keeping his job, I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. He is a big dude.
Yeah.
He's got some cans on him.
Yeah. And he wears really thin white shirts.
He does.
Like, hey, man.
Do you know what you look like?
Yeah. There's a couple of people that I question that too. Of like, hey, do you know? Like, you can't wear that.
There's a comedian.
Like the athleisure spandexy stuff, that ain't for you.
There's a comedian. I love it. It cracks me up every time I hear the clip. He's like, I live in Denver, Colorado. He's like, and these people just want to rock climb for fun. He's like, he goes, they come up with me. He's like, hey, bro, you climb? It's like, no, man, you can see my nipples through my shirt. I don't rock climb. Like, that's awesome. That's awesome. This is great.
You climb? No.
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 You can see my nipples through my shirt. No, I don't rock climb.
Dude,
I don't rock climb.
That'd be it's hard to do hidden camera stuff anymore because everybody's looking for it. But like me or you or whatever, going down to like to a city to like a climbing store, and just going and buying gear.
Yeah,
it's just like to see the salesman like,
yeah.
What's the weight limit on this rope?
Yeah. Hey, you got any 300-pound rope?
Now these carabiners.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about those? Have you tested them? Now I know it says up to. Is that a hard line?
Yeah. Up to, yeah. Is it right? Is it right? Or can I go a couple over?
It's just like when you walk up to a ladder and it says up to, and you go, oh, guess I won't be changing this light.
Yeah. Gonna have to use my phone to look at my snacks.
I just like just the thought of that, of like, especially if, I just gotta assume at a climbing store it's like a early 20s to, it's either early 20s or 30s, like hippie, kind of, of like, just like, yeah, man, let me check in on that for you.
Yeah,
but I'm super thrilled that you want to do this.
Super thrilled for you. Yeah, I don't want that. I want some old guy and being like, "What the fuck? You shouldn't rock climb." You know what I mean?
Just to flat out go,
no,
get out.
This is a joke, right?
What kind of shoes would be best for me? Well, with this kind of rope, free solo, pal.
Yeah,
rope.
Yeah, rope.
Are you kidding me? I just need shoes and a chalk bag.
Yeah. Crazy.
There you go. Well, where are you climbing? This is a food court.
Yeah.
I just like chicken wings, and I need some powder so they don't slip out of my hands.
It's funny.
Fat guys. We're the best.
Yes, we are.
I wish people would just realize that we're better.
We're better at everything.
Everything.
Except for physical activity.
Think you know how to eat?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You haven't seen something. You haven't seen nothing yet. You guys are going to be in for a real treat.
Yeah. You know how super athletic I am just to stay upright? You ever seen a fat guy go down the steps? He's the most athletic person in the world.
Didn't balance his weight.
Because obviously you see some videos of some guys that aren't athletic.
Yeah.
I love nothing better than a good slow motion falling. Like,
yeah.
You just fell for 6 seconds.
Yeah. How are you still falling?
I love it. We guess we don't really have to do anything till next week for NFL.
NFL, yeah.
We don't have to do any of those picks.
Nope, not until next
good
week.
At those, so.
Yeah, we are.
But next time we talk,
we'll have football.
Will be in the bag.
Yep. Be wonderful. Wonderful.
All right. Till next time, WideSide friends.
WideSide?